Hello and welcome to DriveCore, the automotive YouTube channel for the masses. I'm Nathan, and today I only have one word for you: rust. And now that you've had a moment to let that horrible thought come into mind, have no fear, as in this video, I'm going to talk about what rust is and how to prevent it when it comes to your precious vehicle. Let's start with what rust actually is. To spare you the long, complicated version, I'm going to just tell you that rust is a form of corrosion, like you can see here on this spool. And this occurs when too much water and oxygen reacts with the iron, so the metal. So as you can see here, it leaves this kind of brown look to the metal, and that's because it's been exposed to too much moisture and oxygen. All right, let's think about it in this way. It all depends on where you live. Now, where I am, which is on the coastal regions of BC, we don't get a lot of cold temperatures, nor do we get a lot of snow. Let's say that you live, though, in the snowbelt region of North America. Then you definitely do get a lot of those things. But with that, to conquer the snow, they use salt. And of course, salt in cars and basically anything metal paired with colder temperatures does not go well. But you think here, living on the coastal region of BC, you think that would be less susceptible to rust, wouldn't it? Well, not quite. Take this 2001 Nissan Pathfinder. It's now over 20 years old, and at first glance, it looks to be in pretty good shape. However, if you take a closer look at this vehicle, you'll start to notice that rust is starting to form in the wheel arches and down below here on the rocker panel. Now, if this vehicle were on the East Coast right now, it probably wouldn't even made it this long. It probably would have just rusted away entirely. Here is another example. This is a 2004 Mazda 3, and just like the Pathfinder, this vehicle also suffers from rust. Especially when it comes to the rear wheel arches. As you can see here, it's gotten so bad where it's actually now starting to flake away. Okay, well, you may be wondering, why else would a vehicle rust? There's obviously has to be more than just moisture and some salty roads. Well, yes, that's true, because what often happens is when a vehicle's bare metal is exposed to the elements, that's what forms rust. Now, how that happens exactly is you could have some deep scratches or, let's say, some stone chips. If you think that you're never going to get a scratch on your vehicle, well, think about this scenario. You're driving down a back road behind a tractor trailer, and all of a sudden one of these bad boys comes and flies and hits the front of your vehicle, leaving a nasty scratch down to the bare metal. Now, if you were to take care of it right away, let's say you paint it, that's good. If not, that could lead to rust. With that being said, let's talk about what you can do to protect your loved one, and of course, I mean your car, from rust. One of the easiest things you can do to prevent rust on your vehicle is maintenance. And what I mean by maintenance is not just checking the oil, but also washing your vehicle on a regular basis. That would involve using car soap and a bucket of water. Now, you're probably thinking, during the winter months, how am I going to do that? It's negative 40 degrees outside. Well, you can always use a warm bucket of water, or if you want to go to a wash bay, just remember that this is a crucial time to do it, because all that road salt that's caked on the side of your vehicle, well, that's just not going to wash away with some light rain. A common place I see a lot of rust, especially on older vehicles like the ones I showed you earlier, is actually in the wheel arches. And that's often caused because a lot of dirt and moisture get accumulated between the splash guard and the vehicle itself. Now, over time, when it gets too much accumulation, it will actually cause the paint to bubble and then leading to rust. This often does go unnoticed for a lot of people because you don't often check here, but when you're washing your vehicle, always check this area and always give it a good clean. The next most important thing you can do to protect your vehicle is storage. Now, I know this seems like a no-brainer, but a lot of people kind of neglect this part. Now, if you have a vehicle like my Pathfinder here, which you don't use very often, and you don't have a nice warm garage to store it in, I do highly suggest investing in something like a car cover here, and this one only costs $100. And if you have a garage, I suggest using that, because let's face it, your garage is probably just full of junk that you've accumulated since 2010, and it's probably time to do a purge. So make better use of it and store your vehicle in there instead. I have one last tip for you to help prevent rust on your vehicle and also treat it if you have rust already. And that, of course, is undercoating. Now, I'm not talking about the stuff the dealership tries to oversell you when you're buying your new car. I'm talking about stuff that you can buy over the counter, such as products like fluid film, to treat the rust on your vehicle and prevent it in the future. The vehicle I'm actually sitting under right now, which is a 2004 Ford F-350, is a prime example of a vehicle that could be used for undercoating. Not only is the rust really horrible on the subframe, but it would be really easy to do. You could spend probably a day or so just cleaning it out and then applying the products to treat the rust. Before I end today's video, I just want to say that I'm actually going to be doing a rust rehabilitation project. And no, it's not on this Mazda right here. It's actually going to be on my 2001 Nissan Pathfinder, which you saw earlier. And I'm actually looking forward to that very much. And that, again, will be later this summer. And of course, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do so. So that way you get content on a regular basis like today's video and also automotive reviews on my channel. And until next time, take care and keep safe from rust.